It may get flagged up.
It
may get... No. Chizembe.
Sorry?
So let me have a look.
Was he in Lion King?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm tired now.
we were supposed to film yesterday.
Yes, we were supposed to film yesterday, and the crew was all here, ready to go, and this guy over here did not turn up.
Is Van der Ven taking the piss?
I think you need to use a bench boost this week. Hello, I'm Lord Jermaine Pennant, the ruler of the FPL battle between me and JJ.
Yeah, I appreciate that, mate. You are currently the what's with the crown and the goblet and the lord and what's going on?
Because I am the ruler. I've won 6 out of 6.
Yeah, but you're not top of the table.
But listen, it's not about the Wildcards League. It's between me and you, sir. As you've just done the forfeit again. We've just filmed the forfeit and it is absolute gold.
I never knew love like this before. Now I'm lonely nevermore. Since you came into my life.
So, you like Game of Thrones?
I do, yeah.
You've watched it all? We're not going to get into the depths of Wild.
I've watched it 4 times.
Yeah, so, I thought the crown, the goblet and all this would be, sufficient enough for the viewers.
No, I do appreciate that. I mean, I think just obviously you might as well tell people. I think, we were supposed to film yesterday.
Yes, we were supposed to film yesterday, and the crew was all here, ready to go, and this guy over here did not turn up. So I was
on a Game of Thrones marathon.
We all had a panic up.
I took it too far. It was like I was up till 4, 5 a.m. watching Game of Thrones, mate. It was mental, and then alarm didn't go off. It weren't my finest moment. I'll be honest with you, but
panic stations all started. Where is he? What's happened?
Yeah, I know.
And he was just having a snooze while we was all here
great
ready.
Sleep, great sleep, good sleep.
You look
good.
refreshed. You look refreshed.
Good
ready
sleep.
To go. So anyway. Welcome to episode 11 of Wildcards, where fantasy football obsession meets the weekly chaos of the beautiful game, which has ruined my week and my weekend with Liverpool losing to Man United.
Oh, yeah. We'll get into your team a little later on. But it's getting a bit silly, isn't it? It's getting a little bit silly.
It's getting a bit frosty.
Yeah.
But wasn't a good week in the FPL. I scored 60 points. JJ scored 58, which I beat him again.
Yeah, but
he's now dropped to 80th in the league.
Out of
100 and something.
140.
140.
So I'm still about mid-table.
So I think he's gone from Crystal Palace to Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Mid-table. Still counts as mid-table.
I'd say, mid-table would be 160 in the league.
I just need more. I just need people just to keep adding to the league. I need more people to come to the league just to keep me in that little mid-table slot. Yeah.
And also, our producer Sam has finally lost his perch. He's no longer top of the league.
Is he not?
He's been bumped off. And that's good. This feels good saying it. So
yeah, good.
I'm enjoying it. That look was only going to last for a certain amount of time.
It was annoying me, yeah. It's just too chatty, wasn't he? Yeah.
It's far too chatty. So I want to give a massive shout out to Sam Leishman.
Leishy. Go on, well done, Leishy.
Go on, Leish. You're right, brother. Yeah, so not only did he win the game week with 107 points, a mammoth 107 points. Good week. He's also now top of the league. So congrats to you, sir. You will be receiving, where is it?
The Wildcards mod.
One of these. Yeah, so you can have a cup of brew. So you'll have one of these get sent in the post.
I think we're going to have to start doing soon. I need to start speaking to these people. I think soon we're going to have to find a way to dial them up, have a quick chat with them and just figure out. Because 107 points this weekend.
Yeah, I got 60.
He must have done some...
This is what I don't understand. It's annoying. You guys are annoying.
Yeah.
Like, you're lucky. I bet you had a bench boost. Why? Oh, you're just annoying.
Did the lot.
Sam Leishman, I hope you get 40 points next week. Well done, mate.
Can we just, get into fantasy football quickly, straight into it? Because, right, so you've done me by 2 points, right? Is Van der Ven taking the piss? Is he taking the piss? How's he getting no points?
It was brilliant.
Nah, it's head loss.
It was
I was sat real nice on Saturday.
comfortable.
On Saturday, I was like, finally. Not much can go wrong on the Sunday because I had Arsenal Sunday, didn't I?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a banker. I felt like they was going to get a clean sheet. You know, they're solid at the back, aren't they? And then he does that to me.
You had 3 players to my 2 for the week.
I know.
And when he got the yellow card, I was like inside, oh, that's a point
I was
gone.
fuming.
And then when they scored, I was like, oh, there's the clean sheet. And I sent you the message. I said, this could be costly.
No, I knew it was going to be costly.
When they scored the second goal.
Every point was needed.
When they scored that second, he went to 0.
Dead. I mean, look.
But you lost the point. You lost by 2 points.
Yeah, but like genuinely, like, look, I've got what? Timber, Van der Ven, Gehi, Esteve, and Sensi, right? As my defensive players. All of them scored something. All of them. I mean, obviously, Sensi, he conceded 3 goals and still managed to get me 2 points.
Yeah, that's peak.
It's just mad. I don't get how they do their stuff sometimes on here, but for Van der Ven just to come out of there with 0, I'm very close to being done with Spurs again.
Yeah,
very close to being done with them.
Spurs has been Spursy.
They're being very annoying.
They are,
which we'll talk about in a minute.
They are back.
They're back. It's starting to get really, really annoying. But we've got I mean, we're filming this on the day of the game, aren't we?
Yes.
Leeds are playing tonight, aren't they? I think. So is it Leeds West Ham tonight? I think so. We have to move sharp on the changes that are going in there. Isak's picked up a groin injury, so I'm going to have to take Isak out. Can't get Gyökeres in because I've already got 3 Arsenal players, so that's a bit of a blow. I've got some work to do when I get home this afternoon on this. I don't know where it's going to go, but I might have to just chuck in a random bench boost just to beat you one weekend.
Oh, but that's, yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, what we're both doing. And I told you this at the start of the season and you mocked them, right? Not only did you mock Sunderland, who are sat 7th at the minute.
Good team.
7th, though.
Good team.
Burnley. I told you about Burnley, didn't I? Right? I did say that they're not idiots. Their players, they're picking up some points. I put Esteve in for banter. I just thought, you know what, back end
cheap.
support, cheap, like those.
Save some money.
Yeah, that one.
To put elsewhere.
Mate, he's doing all right. Every time I have him on the bench, he scores points. I'm fuming.
I've got 17 points just with 2 players on my bench, and that's Burnley. Dubravka, 9 points.
No.
Yeah, and Tuzembe.
Sorry?
So let me have a look.
Was he in Lion King?
Ones, yeah.
Tuzembe. Oh,
Lamatana.
Twanzebe
scored me 8. That's 17 points. Could have boosted me up in the league.
Yeah, I think we both need to stop sleeping on Burnley. We need to start paying. Actually, not just Burnley. Obviously, Bournemouth are flying. I think Brighton have got a couple of players in there. Is it Janino? Did you the 10 dog for them? He looked like he had a decent game against Newcastle.
Oh, Ruta.
Yeah. Decent for them. Then you got who else have I been looking at? I've been thinking doing all right as well. Obviously, you got Palace. There's just a couple in there that we're not paying enough respect to because, like, in all honesty, obviously Liverpool have been having a nightmare. I find with Arsenal, all the food you're going to get of all the points I feel like are defensive points. Personally, is what I feel because they spread the goals around quite a bit.
I agree.
So I think defensively you can go heavy on Arsenal. City is just always a gamble every week. I find,
unless you've got Haaland, that's
Haaland's
the
the banker.
thing.
But apart from that, you don't know who's going to play, whether they're going to play well. So and then Chelsea's another one where you just don't know who's going to play.
And you just don't know how good they're going to be.
Yeah, you just don't know. So when you start getting to that mid-range where the teams are consistent week in, week out, I feel like they're the ones where I think that's going to be my shift come New Year. I think I'm going to put a little bit more energy into those mid-range because everyone's scoring goals these days. Those teams used to get parked up week in, week out, whereas now people are eating. So I think I need to do something drastic. So that's where I think I'm going to go.
Yeah, I think we need to give a big shout out to Voldemort.
Why?
I think he did well this weekend.
He's been dead.
No, this week he did well.
What did he do?
Me and you was having a conversation over WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning Gakpo. Okay, I has mentioned Gakpo. He hit the post 3 times, and I was like going, "Oh, Gakpo's looking lively." You went like, "What?" Like trying to brush him off, and I said, "Okay, you'll see." And I sent in Voldemort. No, come on, that was a good one. I sent in Voldemort, and
It's
then
the best one he's had in a while.
yeah,
What
and
would
then
say
Gakpo scored.
Yeah, it's the best one he's had in a while.
Got me 7 points, which ultimately I would say won me this week's game. Won me the forfeit with you, so Voldemort is
You're
stepping up.
Can you feel it though? Like that, you're definitely just getting a little bit lucky. Like sort of. Don't do the cheery.
So you're rethinking it.
Don't do the cheery. Remember we tried that?
Yeah.
Oh, mine was terrible.
Oh, you're like you're getting electrocuted.
I was like doing on one side. You know what? When you're playing football, like as pros, and you're playing in certain games, and you're nicking wins, it's a bit like Liverpool. You know what? It's exactly like Liverpool. Start of the season, Bournemouth, late goal, Newcastle, late goal here, late goal there. But the frailties were there to be seen. Like, why are they conceding so many goals? And everyone's celebrating these last minute winners. But actually, there's something deeper going on, which, is showing that they're not going to be sustaining it. And I feel like that's what's happening with you. I think you're just getting a few last minute winners. Come Christmas time, when the fixtures pile up, I think you might have a little bit of a wobble, mate. A little bit of a wobble. I'm seeing it. I'm telling you. It's going to happen.
I'm good. My team's good. I trust a lot. I've got a lot of faith in my players, and I'm happy where I'm at. I've got a lot of money in the bank as well. So
you got plenty of money in the bank.
I can, if things come to a head, I can change easily. I lied. I'm going to apologise to the listeners.
Oh, did you?
Apologise to the viewers, everyone who watches and listens to this. I lied
again.
Yeah.
Go on. Tell the people what you lied about first.
Well, I said I was going to take. Sorry, I was going to take Gay out, which I didn't. Which I wish I. No,
you didn't say he's going to take Gay out at all.
I did. I said because I got up to Crystal Palace, and I've said I was going to take Victor Gyökeres out.
That was the one.
And get Volta in. And it's the Victor Gyökeres is still in my team. And I don't think I'm going to get Volta in yet because Gyökeres scored 2 on Tuesday night. So he's going to be flying high. So they're playing at home against Crystal Palace.
That is what it is, all right? You're trying to brush aside the bigger issue here with like players and names and goals. But we don't care. The point is, as I said to you before, we're a fantasy football podcast. People are coming to us every now and again for a little bit of information, a little nugget here and there about players. And you're lying to people. You're categorically lying.
But the thing is,
for your own preservation. You're not in a competition with all of the listeners.
In all fairness, what I was saying was I was going to do that. But
literally the definition of a lie is coming up.
But no, there's always a but. But because he scored 2, you then have to go, ooh, am I being a bit hasty here? Let's take a seat back. Let's have a look now. We've got at home. Actually, it makes more sense keeping him in.
Yeah, but you're talking about Gyökeres here, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's this week he scored 2. You lied last week.
No, I said I was going to take him out for this week because I did. I said I was going to take him out because
Run the tape.
Yeah, let's VAR. We'll get VAR, right?
Run the tape.
I said this week I'm going to take him out.
You said this week you're taking him out?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And I'm going to get Volta in and Volta. Yeah, but
right, cool. Nice.
I don't think I'm going to do that because he scored 2.
No. Salah, one of the top transferred out players. I saw you on British radio station.
Yeah,
talking
inside Liverpool.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're done.
I love Salah. No, I'm not. I'm not saying. Look, I love Salah. It's been amazing. But
is it a leave the game before the game leaves you moment?
It's not that. It's just I just don't think he's hard. I don't know. There's just something missing. The performance drop off is crazy. It's wild. Was it there to be seen at the end of last season? That's the thing. He wasn't really, but he was chipping in with a goal. 85 minutes, he'll get a pen, or he will score in 85 minutes. Someone set him up, he'll score. So you can't argue. End of the day, it's on the score sheet. But now he's not doing that. You're like, what have you done? You're starting questioning.
I think there's a couple of things here. Right? I think number one, Trent. I think people are now seeing the impact of not having Trent on that right-hand side with him, because those partnerships and that understanding. And, you know, they had a thing where, you know what it's like, especially for you as a wide player, you're not even looking. So like when the play's like developing, you might have made 2 runs to get the ball. And your right back knows your movements and what you do and how you like it, when you want it inside, when you want it over the top. And I just think that kind of like chemistry down that whole right-hand side is had its impact on Salah. Because when you look at him, he's not like he's not fit. It's not like he's got slower. He's clearly lost confidence, which is going to happen to all players, great or whatever. But I think that Trent situation has gone under the radar a little bit, definitely. And actually now they're probably sat there, Liverpool, thinking maybe we should have took the money.
Well, Saudi's always going to be there. They're not going to go away.
But is he going to want to go there?
Well,
like straight away? I feel like he's still
end
got
of season,
2 years somewhere.
I think if end of the season comes and Saudi come in, I think he probably would leave.
Yeah.
I think he's unhappy about being benched. He looks that kind of type. He wants to always be playing regardless of how he's playing.
Yeah.
And I saw 2 things in the last game which kind of upset me with Salah. That greediness again. And we saw it with Mane, you know, the little relationship, and you'd question, look, why?
Especially when it's a new player as well.
Yeah, and against Man United, he could have even passed this Isak. He could have given it to Wirtz for the equaliser, but he shot and shanked it wide. And then Wednesday night against Frankfurt, every player knows in that situation,
you square it.
Just square it.
Yeah, you square it.
It could be 10-0. You just square
Of course
it.
You do.
It's just so it's a sure thing. Him taking on that shot is not guaranteed he's going to score, as he didn't. And for Florian Wirtz, that would have been huge. 2 assists and a goal. The conversation around it would have been massive. It would have been just perfect. And the greediness to not lay it was bad. That's not good teammates. And Wirtz came out and said something.
So he should do.
He came out and said, I hope the relationship can, we can
develop that.
Yeah. I said, he should have passed it, but not a bit frustrated. But
I'd like to think that Wirtz would have pulled him on it.
Yeah, he mentioned it in an interview.
Yeah, I know, but I think that like every now and again, as a new player, you got to kind of like, Salah's
the dad.
He's the daddy there, but you still need to be like, at least, did you see me?
Yeah,
I remember when I was at Spurs, man. Defoe was the king of this. He was the king of it.
Yeah, but he would score though.
No, not all the time.
Yeah.
Right? I know what you mean though, but like honestly, the amount of times you'd like slide him in, you'd be making a run and he'd shoot. It might like go past the post. And you'd be there and he'd be over going, should have gone in. And I'm looking at him and you go, bruv, I didn't see you.
Them ones.
Every single time. I didn't see you. I'm like, you did see me.
You did.
Don't take the mick.
Those ones.
Yeah, typical strikers, man. They love that one. Who else has been one of the mainly transferred out players this week? João Pedro, Gyökeres, Reinders. He's just not quite kicked on the way I thought he was going to kick on, Reinders. He's one
great start, didn't he?
He's killing me a little bit.
Everyone's
Reinders.
lips were like, 5.5 million.
Cheap, yeah. I think it's showing why he's cheap at the minute, to be honest with you. Richarlison, Jesus, this guy.
That's your guy.
He's not my guy.
Your guy.
He is not my guy. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to get him out. I still can't get him out of the squad. It's doing my head in. And most transferred in players this week. Walter Marde. Your guy.
Told you.
You want to get in?
I'm
See his
gonna get
finish.
him.
Nice finish. Mateta, Haaland. Wow. A lot of people didn't have him. Gabriel, Saka as well. These what are your main issues for this week? Like, as in like today, what is your, because you said you're happy with your team.
My main issues is that I've got a lot of players who are playing against each other who's going to kind of cancel one another out. So I get for Arsenal, I've got Gyökeres, Eze, Timber, and then I've got Henderson, Gay, and they're both playing each other. So there's going to be someone's going to get hurt.
So if you look at the fixtures, we've got Leeds, West Ham tonight, Chelsea, Sunderland.
Yep.
Oh, that's one to look at, I think. Newcastle, Fulham, United, Brighton. I think Brighton win that. Brentford, your boys, Liverpool. Arsenal go home to Palace. Villa, Man City. Bournemouth against Forest. Wolves, Burnley. Esteve. And Everton take on Spurs at Everton Stadium. So, I mean, you ain't got too many clashes in there, have you?
No, but it's just it's tough. Gay and Anderson, but I'm going to change him out. This is no lie. I'm putting Dubravka in. Burnley, good team. Solid defence.
So you're putting Dubravka in.
I'm
That's
putting
not a lie.
That's not a lie.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what? One more thing I wanted to touch on in terms of like last week.
Go on.
I was in Burma scoring at Anfield. Do you know what I mean? These are the things I'm dealing with. Like, I've had him in for a few weeks now, and he's pretty much done nothing. Got me 1 assist in like 4 games. I take him out at Anfield, and he bags in like 10 minutes. Like, sometimes you're just in the mud.
Within 10 minutes, it was like 4 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes you're just in the mud. Do you know what I mean? It's like, as soon as that goal went in, I was like, yeah, what's the point?
Yeah.
It's getting silly now. It's getting silly, but it can't stay like this. So
I think you need to use a bench boost this week. Just use it. Get out. Do you know, sometimes as a team, you get yourself in this rut and you need just to win, just to, turn that corner.
I will not listen to anything you tell me.
No. Just because it's 6-0, as in our private little battle.
6-1.
What?
I won the first one.
Okay, so
I think I won more than the first one.
I
won the first 2.
It's right, 6-1. Just let's keep it there. So I think you need to maybe just get that win. So then the confidence with the players, with yourself.
Feel like Liverpool.
Yeah. Now they've got that win.
Yeah.
They could go on a 10 game winning streak.
True.
So use your bench boost.
I'll use it.
Forest. Let's talk about your mob. Big Ange. So we are, mate. Has now left the premises. He's left the building.
He has, yeah.
Listen, right. That chairman's bonkers. He's lost,
Broski.
sacked Nuno.
Broski, I've told you about speaking about this guy like this. You will go missing.
Nah, listen, he's sacked Nuno because Edu and the chairman was like, we want more attractive football. We want better football. You sacked a man who kept your club stable, who got you into Europe. You then try and go and get Ange. Absolute failed. You then go Sean Dyche, who's probably more defensive, boring-minded than Nuno. It makes no sense. What are they doing?
They're panicking is what's happening. I actually think they got rid of Nuno because I just think that probably Edu and the owner wanted to bring certain individuals to the football club and Nuno just didn't want them. I don't think it was about a style of play. I think they were just bringing in an influx of players that Nuno just did not want. And that was an immediate clash then because the manager's going, I don't think he likes huge squads. I think he likes to keep his team consistent. And, that's where they're at loggerheads. But the appointment of Ange was wild. It was wild.
After his season that he had.
It was just a wild...
Crazy.
And it's nothing to do with Ange as an individual at all, or the fact that he had, what I would class as a terrible season at Spurs, even though they won the trophy. I think that it was just to do with the drastic nature to the changing in styles that was going to be happening. And it was never going to go well. So to land on Sean Dyche, you know what? When I look at the Sean Dyche situation, I think that I usually like to listen to players that have played for him. And I've listened to a few, and they've got nothing bad to say about him. No one's got anything bad to say about him. I think he
but that's
comes across
as a person.
But no, I think even as a manager, I think, look, you go to Burnley, right, as a manager, you've got certain budgets to work with, and you have to play a certain way to survive in the top league. I think the demands of what he puts on players and what he expects are what makes teams that he go to successful. But there is a limit in terms of probably that level of flair that you might get. But that sometimes is just down to the players you've got. It's not always about him. People think he's just like this long ball merchant, but I don't think he is, to be honest. I think he's got a bit more. So
we're gonna
and also surely as a manager you evolve. As you go through different jobs and work at bigger clubs and with better players. I'd like to think that that you evolve. I mean, it's got Steve Stone and Ian Wone with him. They're Forest legends. These guys, and Woney was like a top player, by the way. And skill, technical, that was his mindset. So, they they know what's expected at Forest and the type of football the fans want to see and so on and so forth. But it's just the weekend was horrible, wasn't it? Did you see the camera when the geezer just left his seat?
It's gone.
Like 20 minutes before the end.
When I saw that, I knew what was coming.
I mean, but it's just like, it just feels a bit classless.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those situations where I'm fine. You've rolled the dice. It's not worked, but show some respect at least, because like Ange Postecoglou is still a top level manager in terms of like managing like Celtic and Tottenham, and it's not worked out. But to just be like so blatant publicly in that manner, I just felt like, what message does that send to other managers that are potentially going to be coming to the football club? You know, it's something that needs to be addressed. There's just a couple of things where I'm like, come on, just let's level it up a little bit. It's still Forest, 2 European Cups, and you know, it's got a rich history in having class about it. So I'm hoping that Sean just steadies the ship.
Well, he might do, because football has now done a 180.
Well, he got a win last night as well, which is a good start. But you're right on the 180.
It's gone back to set pieces, long throws, corners.
Your team. So
TP,
yes.
TP, Tony Pulis, man like Rory Delap.
Going down to the Britannia, mate. You used to love that stuff, you?
Yeah, the game's really changed. Like, even from kickoffs now. Why? How has this come about?
Stats. Everyone's obsessed with stats. And that's all it is. And I think, like, the more I watch the game, I said this the other week, I'm telling you now, I reckon in 5-10 years' time, we're going to be playing in quarters.
Oh.
It won't be 2 halves, it'll be quarters. It'll be like the NFL. You know, we're going to have 2 squads and, like, you know, rotating benches. It'll be like rush goalkeepers. We used to play rush goalie. Like, I'm telling you, it's going to, I just don't, it's just crazy. I think that, you know, what's happening at clubs is like the more people you add to like backroom staff and so on and so forth, just the more information that managers get, and that you have situations like Arsenal where, you know, the set pieces are really winning them games.
You would have like a few teams who would launch. You would have someone who could do a long throw and launch in the box. I think everyone now is almost doing that. Is launching balls into the box and causing absolutely mayhem.
I mean, look.
Are you for it, or are you?
No, I'm not. No.
I
think football, if I'm totally honest with you, I think football's standard is terrible now. If you know, I hate being that guy that compares, back in the day, but it's. I just don't see it as a product. It's nowhere near as good as what it was 20 years ago, because it's lost that competitive edge. It's lost those rivalries. It's lost that kind of bite in every single game. You know, when you look at games now, right? Where's like a Gerard Keane? Where's like a Rooney against Sol Campbell type battle? You know, what team would you say right now when you'd go, whoa? The only 2 players that I think have got any kind of history would be like Haaland, Gabriel. When they go at it sometimes, and you know, like Romero at Spurs he's a bit of a madman every now and again.
It doesn't matter who they play. He's like, he's got a vendetta against everyone.
Yeah, it's not a rivalry. So I just think that like long throws and like set pieces have always been a part of the game, but you know, come on.
What
I'm not having it.
Yeah, what I've seen, which is starting to like annoy me, is every team back, you know, over the last decade would probably try and sometimes have a go, but no, I think most teams now are doing a low block,
all right,
a 5 at the back, and then 4, and then the strikers are all, you know, on the 18-yard box, and it's just like, it's boring. Like before, teams would like have a go.
It's like training. It's like watching training.
It's literally it. It's like, you know, right, you try and break us down. Now this is what we do. Yeah. Team shape, try and break us down. And it's like, where's that excitement gone? That fun, that you have a go at us, you know, there.
I mean, look, I think like most of the years, like games, look, you're not going to go to Anfield and open up.
No, I
it
understand.
is silly. But at some point, there's more of an ebb and a flow, you know, to the game where it does open up and it becomes much more exciting. But I just think that like, once you start taking, I suppose a certain it's not even style of play. Like I said, I think once you take that kind of like bite out of a game with VAR, no rivalries, no big challenges, like no kind of real anger in a game anymore, then they do just start to become training sessions. And when you've been obviously a pro, you can literally see the lines on the pitch, if you know what I mean, in terms of strikers drop in, midfielder drops in there, one drops in front of the back four.
You can see the whole formation inside their last third.
Yeah, so it just gets a bit boring, essentially.
Yeah.
So, I'm not for all the long throws and being obsessed with set pieces
going at the moment.
and not being obsessed with... I'm not really... I've never been majorly into stats, if I'm totally honest with you. I think kind of like XG is one of the worst stats out there. Just all these stats just annoy me because it's an insight as to where the game's going, in my opinion, and it's not pretty.
Like the game's evolved, but over the years it's evolved for the better. I think it's now evolving for the worst. It's.
I mean, it only evolved for the better with regards to what pitches were better. I suppose you had more quality footballers on the pitch at one point.
Yeah.
You know, there was an era where you could pass it back to the goalkeeper. Everyone was just launching everything. You know, centre halves were kicking it into row Z. Like now you got ball playing centre halves.
Barclays Premier League was a top era. That was the daddy of daddies.
That was the daddies.
Barclays Premier League. You tune in that, it was just gold.
It's proper. It's concerning if it's ever going to come back, but it's kind of what we asked for. You know, all the academies and certain styles of football, and we've been pepped, haven't we?
I just want to touch on one thing, which I knew I was going to come in the firing line right about this.
What?
Because of your HMRC, and I was on, was doing the podcast. Every time I speak now, all I'm seeing comments is, Brent's, tagging him, going, right. Yeah. I'm like, bro, you can rewind the tapes. I'm good. Although, so I did Beast Mode podcast a couple of weeks ago, and was talking about my time in Spain and Lionel Messi. It may get flagged up. It may get no.
What did you do? Come to the stage. Come.
No. Because when I watched the clip, right, I was going Google. Looked at like who played. I'm sure, I'm confident, right? But there was one thing where I messed up.
If you say Messi did not play, I'm going to...
No. I said Messi scored a hat-trick. He scored a hat-trick.
Okay.
But bearing in mind, guys, it was 15 years ago. 2010.
Yeah.
I thought we went 1-0 up.
Okay.
And I was like, I remember us getting giddy at one point in that game. I remember us getting really giddy. Thinking, you know what I mean?
Started well.
Yeah. And I thought we went 1-0 up. But what happened is we scored 2 goals to make it 3-2, like the fight back.
Right. So they were 3-0 up.
Yeah. But I thought we was 1-0 up and was all giddy and Messi.
Not major.
Yeah, not major. So it's absolutely probably won't get. But I said, Messi scored 3 goals. We got giddy and Messi was like, not having this, and he scored a hat-trick, which he did. And then Zlatan scored a pen to make it 4-2. I got the result right, the scorers right, and I spoke to Thierry after the game. Jeez. He was playing right. So
any more names you want to chuck in there?
Carlos Puyol.
All the dogs must have been there. Javi, Busquets,
Pedro, Iniesta,
Dani Alves.
Busquets, no, Maxwell.
Who was you up against then? You was up against Maxwell?
Yaya Toure was there, yeah. They had a squad, bro.
Yeah, they were decent.
They was decent.
I mean, again,
PK.
Another great era of football.
So that got flagged up. But that's all because I was on the show with you and you was in the firing line.
I wasn't in no firing line.
You dragged me down with you.
I wasn't in the firing line. I was, we had a bit of dialogue.
Yeah.
And he basically made it clear that he's, I'm on
and then
the
another
radar.
one. Do you know, that podcast is hot.
It's because they fire out the clips. That's why.
Another one, when I took my Champions League medal in training, I had it in my pocket and I took it off after training when we was doing set pieces. and defending set pieces, that team shit. I was in the squad. So I took it out of my pocket, put it on, took the free kick and scored it, and ran off and said, this is why I should be starting.
For Liverpool?
No, for Burnley.
Oh, right.
Berry. It was in that League One.
Oh, okay.
And I said this, and then everyone's like going, why did you have your Champions League? Because I was planning it, because I knew I wasn't going to be in the squad. I trained with it the whole time.
Did you really?
Yeah. I trained with it the whole game. And everyone's like, yeah, right. Bro, you could ask anyone. I'm good.
I've seen you train with a phone in your sock so for England. So I definitely believe it. On loud as well. Mate, Liverpool. We've flirted around the edges of Liverpool. I want like a deep dive into what you think is going on. Because actually, to be fair to you, you were one of the early people that stated, that something was going on at Liverpool where, behind the scenes, things ain't great. Obviously, they're dealing with the Diego Jota situation as well, which I think people are underestimating massively. And you kind of saw it. You kind of saw it coming, didn't you?
Yeah.
So what's going on? Like, did you see it coming back? Have you seen any signs that make you think, actually, there's positives here, positives there? New signings, the slow starts, really, apart from Ekitike, I'd say. What's your thoughts? Is the league done? Or are they still in the mix?
No, they're still in the mix. I would switch to Arsenal favourites, but they're still in the mix. They're... Like I said, there's a lot of players, and you know what it's like when you go to a new team and that cohesion, it takes time to build. No strengths and weaknesses of your players and the bond you have with the players. That needs to still be adjusted. That's still on a work in progress. And what's happening now is the key players are not stepping up at the moment. Virgil's not being Virgil over the past couple of years. He looks a bit twerky at times. You know what I mean?
That clip kills you.
Yeah, but sorry, Salah is miles off it. McAllister, he's still look like he's kind of chasing pre-season a little bit. So you've got three key players who are in the Premier League team of the season who are not at their best at the minute. Alongside, you've got all these new signings, new players coming in. So they're just a work in progress. But there is signs that, the 5-1 against Frankfurt was much needed. Yeah. Not a 2-0, not a 2-1. They needed to punish. They need to get the goals.
No, I got it.
And I think they just need to, with the defence, just need to maybe go back to the old system for now. Get Robertson back in.
Steady the ship a little bit.
And just, kick on from there.
You're still confident though throughout the year that they're going to be winning something.
Yeah, they will come good.
Oh, yeah, I think they will come good. I agree.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with Liverpool. But we'll see on the weekend how they do at Brentford. All this talk could be for nothing, and I could be coming in next week going, "My team,
we will see.
We're dead.
We will see.
We're gone. We're washed." Spursy. We've spoke about Spurs.
We haven't spoken about Spurs. We haven't spoken about Spurs at all.
Are they Spursy? Are they back? Where do you think they're going?
Don't say that. Don't be saying, they're back. Yeah, I mean, that's a really disrespectful thing to say.
What?
Spursy, are they back?
Are they back? Are they back being Spurs, or are they turn that corner?
They are really annoying me. It's the way I look at it with Spurs at the minute is because I think defensively they've got a decent team. I don't from goalkeeper, back four with Paulinho, with a Bentancur, I don't mind that. Do you know what I mean? Like with Spence at left back, or if you can get Udogie back to the levels he was at in his first season, Porro, I think it's decent, right? The front line of Spurs, honestly, like without Maddison and Kulusevski in particular, I reckon, I don't know if they're in the top
10?
7, I was going to say. I don't think they're in the top 7 front threes in the league. I think, and that's what's costing them. If you think about Odegaard, Tell, and Kudus or whatever, or if it's Richarlison, for example. Yeah, Richarlison, Odegaard, Tell. I mean, you're not getting much for that.
It's only Kudus who's getting in.
Kudus is top dog.
Top teams.
Kudus is top dog, all day long. But the rest of them, you probably take Palace's front three over them.
I would.
I mean, when I look at like Semenya, Cliver, Even then, I'm starting to go, well, I might go for them even. So, look, they've obviously got Solanke to come back, who needs to pull up some trees when he comes back. Maddison probably next year, and Kulusevski's long term as well. But when you look at what they've got up top, it doesn't surprise me. It actually reminds me of the year I was there and we lost. Defoe went to Portsmouth in the January before we played against Chelsea in the League Cup final. Then that summer, we sold Robbie Keane to Liverpool and Berber went to Man United.
That's some firepower there.
Firepower gone, right? Because and then we brought in Pavlyuchenko, Benty, and I think Fraser Campbell came in, right? Disrespect.
No.
Disrespect.
No.
Disrespect.
No, what is that disrespect? You've gone from Defoe, Robbie Keane, and Burby.
Yeah.
And you got Pavlyuchenko.
Pav was Pav could finish. Don't sleep on Pav, mate. Pav could finish. But I hear what you're saying.
But
this is my point. My point is
Fraser works his socks off. Great little player. Benty scores goals.
Yeah. That's not the same. It's not the same as what it is. Do you know what I mean? And I think, for years, obviously having Kane and Son for so many years, and even when Kane leaves and you still got Sonny in there, I think you underestimate what you've lost there. You've lost a lot of.
You've lost a 30-goal man.
Goals, creativity.
Just in one man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they can't find it. Like Richarlison, just. I'm done seeing this guy on a pitch. I'm done. He can't hold up the football. If you can't hold up the football, then what's the point in being up there? Stop with the pigeon, man. So
what a guy.
So that's just getting annoying to me. And I think that's a problem. They can't put games to bed. They ain't got the quality they need up top. And that, what that stems from in a weird way. It's kind of what you get when you're buying 50 and 60 million pound players these days and not paying them the wages. You get middle of the road type forwards. It's as simple as that. So for Spurs to take that next step, which I'm hoping it's going to be, with some investment, which potentially could come in January with the new kind of structure that's going on, they need to start scrapping some of their old mentality and going big now. Like enough's enough. They need to start going get some top strikers. And put some money behind this team for Thomas Frank, because I actually like Thomas Frank.
Yeah. Talking about new players to the league, new signings, how have you taken? I think he's done. I think he's going to do
Simmons. I actually think he's going to do okay.
Yeah.
I think originally when he came in, it was a bit of a panic situation. They missed out on Gibbs White, Eza, and I always have concerns when it's why did Barca let him go? Why did PSG let him go? What's
big teams don't usually do that. They don't let gems go.
Not really. I mean, you've had
one
a couple,
team maybe,
you've had a
but
couple
two
with Palmer and so on since this new financial situation came into play. But I actually feel sorry for him a little bit. I think that he has the quality to be kind of that more central figure, but you can already see him getting a little bit frustrated. People are not seeing things quick enough with him, and he's not building those relationships that he needs to build. I actually think he's going to be all right. I think he's going to need 6 months just to bed into the Prem and stuff. But I actually quite like what I'm seeing from him when he's central. But he just, it's like you need someone to bounce the ball off. Richarlison's. He's one of the most frustrating forwards you'll ever come across, I find. And then Tell. Like I said before, Tell is just the middle.
Tell is just Tell.
Well, he's the young. He's young potential basically. And if you're Tottenham and you want to get in Champions League, you can't just be gambling on young potential all over the pitch. You need some.
You need ready-made starlets.
Correct. And and at the minute, I think Thomas Frank's are suffering that. So it's not pretty. It's kind of Spursy. Prick.
Spursy back. Gone to Monaco and stunk out the gaff.
I'll tell you the worst part. The worst part is this: they've had because they've actually had a reasonable run of games, and then they go Everton away, Chelsea at home, United at home, Arsenal away.
Man United are back. They're back. They're Man United are back. That's a tough game. Arsenal, the derby as well. They're going to get
that's what I'm saying.
battered.
So it's looking bleak, I think, for the next 4 games, if I'm honest with you. So they desperately need a result against Everton this weekend. Otherwise, that pressure is not going to go away.
Oh, I can't wait for that derby.
Mm-hmm.
Spurs are going to get a walloping.
Right, you lot, just want to say a big thanks, as usual, for all your support. Make sure you go and check us out wherever you go and get your podcasts. Go and follow us as well on social media. We are at Wildcards Pod on Instagram. It's where we're going to be posting most of our forfeits as well. So you're going to want to get over there and have a look at that because, they're not pretty, I'll be honest with you. Also, our league, we're at 100, I think we're about 140 plus now as well. Let's get to 150 next week.
Oh, he only wants 150 so he can climb the league.
Let's just keep it there. And of course, try and DM us any dilemmas you've got with your teams, any issues you've got. Anytime you want to call out Penn for being a liar, any potential forfeit ideas you've got as well, just let us know and we'll see what we can do.